Hello, all. Welcome back to VC's podcast in the series of VC and Cathy podcast series. So, this is our episode 3. We are happy to be here. Why? Because we successfully completed 2 podcasts in YouTube, and it is also the pre recorded one, the live recorded. It is available in our channel. So, if you have not experienced our podcast, just go and click onto the videos in our channel. There will be the videos, the 2 episodes you can see. And that's great that we are onto the episode 3 along with our Cathy. So hi Cathy, how are you?
I am fine. How about
Yeah,
you?
you're fine. So it's our already it is around 8 o'clock. Sorry for that to the everyone that we have started our podcast 1 hour late, and many of them will be thinking like we become a star and we are just making our people to wait. So it is not like that. So we, because of some technical issues and personal commitment, we couldn't start directly by 7 o'clock. So we hope that from next week we will be sharp 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock at evening every Saturday. We will be there. Thank you. So I don't want to make some more introduction about me and Cathy because you all know us. And before entering into our topic, I would like to just give some sad condolence to our news channels. Why? Because just if you open the news channel, I'm just seeing many bad news about the child. There are some more harassment. It is happening in our Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and whole India. This is literally a bad thing that after we got this kind of experience, that means I'm just going to reach 30. Kathy is also going to reach 30. Still now, we can't control our anger. What it is
Yes.
around the 30 years old human being, we can't control the anger. But I don't know why the same kind of human being is torturing a infant, the child in India. It is the unfortunate whether the child is born in India. I doesn't know about those things. Literally in Kerala, what is happening? Literally in Tamil Nadu, what is happening? In North, I have seen one baby. He pulled up the baby top and they bitten a child because of some kind of family issues. I don't know what is happening in India, but from our end, as this mental health, it is related to for them also. It is not only we are focusing for the nursing, for the nurses and the nursing students. This is also for the human being. We want to be as a human being. That we need to think of. We are not animals to treat the own human beings like something or torturing somebody else. We need to think about how we are, what we are doing. So that's why this mental health thing will be help you better more. And we just it is not a it is I'm just personally connected to this kind of cases, Kathy. I couldn't come back from those cases. It is literally the 1 week happened on 1 month. I'm just seeing what is happening in our India. Okay, and we just move on to our session today. So last 2 episode it was around mental health for the nurses, and the second episode for was a myth kind of thing that it is stress versus the burnout. We even doesn't know what is stress and what is burnout. And while I'm discussing with Kathy, that time I knew that there are more differences and how to handle the stress and handle the burnout. And I need to identify whether I'm in the stress category or the burnout category, and I need to come from those category things. So it was went well the previous week, and this week we have a one important thing. It is not only for the nurses, it is not only for the student nurses, it is also for me and Kathy, and how to manage our work life along with our personal life. That's literally everybody. If you see, now also I'm just from my office to my home. So I'm just seeing everybody, they are running, running, running. It is not they are running for something else. They are running for a cause, that is to work. We need to earn the salary. The mindset of us, it is like thinking earning, earning, earning. Do work, sleep, and you need to take bath, eat, and then move on to the work. It is like a kind of a routine where we forget about our mental health. So this is where this podcast is necessarily stating that we need to go along with the personal life as well as to the work life, how to balance it. So that we are going to discuss today along with Cathy. As she is a mental health specialist, I wanted Cathy to give more inputs about this. Why? Because this is a practical topic. And thank you. Hi, welcome again, Kathy. I'm not boring you, I think so, because I'm
No, no,
stating that news issues. So,
no.
yes, yeah. So I'm just stating what is the topic today. The topic is work-life balance in nursing, the myth or reality. So I don't say it is a myth, it is reality. It is a real one because I am also facing the same. So I'm just going to learn from Kathy how to balance my life along with my profession, along with my work pressure. So yes, before entering it, I want to ask something with Kathy, just kind of the quick one. So from this episode, we will be having VC's Quick Connect. So I will just ask you, or I will put some questions to you. You can give it me a general topic or general questions. It is like, how was your day? If you are in a duty time, whether you will choose a tea or coffee.
Neither. I don't drink tea or coffee. I don't drink any milk products. Maybe I'll go for some juice or something sweet.
Okay, something sweet. Okay, fine. Okay, so what if you are working in a hospital and you are posted in ICU? Think that if you are prefer day shift or the night shift.
Night shift.
Night shift. Okay, fine. Why it is night shift?
I go with night shift because I feel that is very calm and quiet. During daytime, we have lots of hustles. We have
Okay.
attenders to answer. Even the patient is awake sometimes if they are conscious. So night shifts is always calm and quiet. So I prefer night shifts always. Maybe
Oh,
I'm a
okay, great.
bachelor. I prefer night shift. Once I get married, I don't know
Oh,
what happens.
okay, understood. I understood that exactly. So, what is my answer is, if it is very calm and quiet, what happens is I will sleep. I will sleep along with the patient. Patient will be sleeping in the bed, and I will sleep with my desk, the nursing station. So, next it is, if yeah, you are an assistant professor now, and you will choose a lecture hall or a clinical setup to teach the students.
Uh, it depends upon the topic. So hands-on skills
Okay.
need teaching at clinical setup. Maybe even if it
Okay.
is a lab, they get practiced, they develop the skills. But hands-on skills
Yeah.
will be we can give it only at a clinical setup. So I prefer
Okay.
clinical teaching for skills and
Hmm.
maybe some other topic with lecture method. So lecture halls also. But I feel lecture
Okay.
hall is it is a very responsible area where we are training the future nurses.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
you will
those
choose based
areas we
upon the
need to be
topic.
very careful.
Oh, okay. Fine. So next it will be the different from our curriculum and career. It is you will choose a book or Netflix.
Books, obviously. I have never used Netflix.
Okay. You never
Never.
used Netflix.
I've
Okay. I
not
think so.
even
You are
installed.
not the. Now I am wondering. I'm just speaking to a 90s kid who is telling she doesn't like
Actually,
Netflix. Okay.
actually, it's not a matter of I don't like Netflix. I am not used to seeing things in Netflix, and
Okay.
when I got a new mobile, it was pre-installed in that. I just went and I uninstalled it. Maybe I don't know
Oh,
why.
okay. I purchased my Wi-Fi network because they're giving a complimentary for a Netflix along with my Wi-Fi. So I'm just fond of this movies and series. Without that, I can't live.
If it is then, so maybe sometimes Hotstar and Amazon Prime, which comes along with my
Okay.
recharge, Geo recharge. But when
Okay.
it goes to online platform, I usually prefer books.
So now I need to think, I need to reframe the question whether you will see Amazon Prime or it is a Hotstar.
Books,
And then your option is only Amazon Prime and Hotstar.
Prime.
Okay, Prime. Okay, fine. So next it is you love the early morning or a late night. How you will work? For example, if some people will say I will work at late night, some people will be saying that I will wake up at 4 o'clock and I will be study. I will be working for the day. So what you will prefer?
Late night. As I said, I love night shifts, right? So working late night, we don't have any disturbances. Even in our house, even if we are working from home, working at night, we don't have any disturbances. But daytime, people come, people go. We have phone calls to attend during work. So there will be many disturbances. But working at night, we don't get any disturbances. So I prefer working at
Okay.
night, studying at night. But our job doesn't give that space. Lecturer, we have to work from 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay, okay. So you prefer a night, late night to work, or you read something for the preparation of the second day. Okay, very good. So we will, Kathy. I am just want to tell you that from each and every episode, we will have this kind of V6 quick connect. So it will be our brand, so that we will be connecting like this along with me. Okay. So now we will move on to the topic. I need to understand about this topic actually, the understanding capacity of the stress and burnout. When we spoke, I understood. Okay, there are many differences are there. It is not I am just in stress, I am just burned out something. Okay. So now the same thing I need to know that what does the work life balance actually mean? Actually, nobody knows what is work and what is the personal life. Now let me know what you will be telling me and how it will be balanced.
Okay, how it will be balanced is not the question, I think so. What is work-life balance?
Yeah, I need to know about the definition, but I am just reframing it. What does it mean?
Okay, so work-life balance doesn't mean that you have to give 50-50 percentage of your time for work. Like if it is 24 hours a day, you should spend 12 hours for personal life and you should spend 12 hours for professional life. It's not that. It's that something
Okay.
where you give time so that one place is not drained totally without any attention.
Okay.
For
Okay.
example, I give equal importance to my work and to my personal life. By concentrating on my professional life, I should not leave behind my personal life or my family life. So, giving equal importance, it doesn't mean by time, it means by giving equal importance. Not the quantity,
Okay.
but the quality.
Oh,
People say
okay,
I
fine.
spend a lot of time with my family. I more than work, I spend time with my family, but still I'm not able to work balance my work or life. But it
Yeah.
is not that how much time you spend with the family. It is whether
Mm.
you fulfill their needs, whether you get to their, whether you are there when they are in need. It is that what matters. That is the work-life balance. Like attending a
Okay.
social function with a family as well as attending our duty is the work life balance, not giving equal time but giving equal importance.
Okay, so like you stated something very good, perfectly. Like it is not a quantity how we are doing. That's a duration. It is about the
Yes.
quality how I am just giving my life along with my personal commitments and as well as in the work. Now we can't say only personal. It is important. The work is also important. So balancing work and the life based upon the quality. So that's very good. I understood perfectly. Maybe I will be
Because
changing my balance.
yes, because many people say I spend my entire weekend with my family. 2 days I spend with them, but they are not
Mhm.
understanding. They are not. They don't feel that I'm giving time for them. Maybe a parent teachers meeting would have been held at weekdays where the child would expect the father or the mother to be there. So spending time
Okay.
during weekend doesn't mean that you are balancing your work life with your personal life. So it is
Okay.
like giving your time and quality of care when they are needed.
Okay, it's just necessary for the nurses. Why? Because when they are going for the night shift, they will be having a baby. It might be a male or the female nurse. So whenever they go to the work at the night shift, what happened is they are leaving their family alone in the home and they are going there. And uh, okay, so I think so there was some network glitch in between. So now can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There was some video, it was not connected properly. Yes, I think so. Okay, fine, we'll just move on to the content. So uh, it should be balanced, like it is not only the male nurse who works in the hospital, he doesn't care about family. It is not only the female nurse who doesn't care about their family. It is the both the gender, they are giving equal attention to the work and as well as to the family. But it is very difficult, no? So, how do you think is perfect balance will be achievable, or it is very difficult actually?
Perfect balance, actually, we can't achieve that. When
We
it comes,
can't.
we can't achieve a perfect balance. People might say that I'm perfectly
Mm,
balancing my work life and personal life, but
yes.
perfect balance cannot be achieved. There might be some cliches or hits in between where we would have missed a very important functions due to our duty. It doesn't. It means that you cannot balance. So, not it is not a perfect balance cannot be achieved all the time. Maybe 80 percentage of the time we can achieve a work-life balance, but there are some 20
Mm,
percentage where we have to negotiate whether it is work or personal
mm,
life. So,
okay.
from my point of view, and even from others, I've asked many people like, were you able to balance your lifestyle, like your
Mm,
personal life
mm,
and professional life? Because when I was studying MSc, we had married people with us. So when I used to
mm,
speak with them, they used to say like, we were not able to manage our personal life, not all the times.
mm, mm.
So perfect
Yeah. Yeah.
balance it is not something. It is like we cannot achieve. At least there might be a percentage, 1% where a person would have either missed their professional duty or their personal commitment.
Okay. Okay. Understood. I understood perfectly. Why do nurses often struggle with this balance?
Because of their shifts duty, rotational shifts. Because
Mm,
when it is a proper 9 to 5 job, they might have
mm,
some time, okay, at the
okay.
evening to balance that. So when they go on for a rotational shift, they won't be able to balance their work life because sometimes there might be a function in the evening or a parents teachers meeting at the afternoon. The shift we have A
Mm,
shift, B shift. So going on B shift, we might skip some family functions or a school annual program.
okay.
It happens. So that is why people struggle. This can be like not always from for a general duty nurse. This cannot be related. For someone working in rotational shift, this is one of the problems why they cannot manage, and especially since they are in shift, their circadian rhythm get affected. So even if they get time to spend with their family, they might need the rest. The body is physically exhausted. So even if they
Okay.
have time, they might not be able to give that time to the family. They too need some rest.
Mm,
So if they are overworking, if they are not considering their body to rest and they are spending quality time with their family, that becomes a stress or burnout in future.
okay. Okay. Fine. So we are connecting this along with the burnout also. So when nobody understands us properly, that time we will be going to the stress and it is bagged for the long time and we will be going into the burnout, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I understood that there are many problems and many unbalancing of this life and professional life. What I am just want to ask is for the different professional careers. For example, if I'm a nurse in charge, and if you are a nurse, that is a junior nurse working in a hospital, do you think this career stages also will be differ to balance it, or how it works?
Of course, like it starts from the student period. Like student period, they
Mm-hmm.
are accountable for different types of works, like for example, case studies, clinical presentations, or assignment
Mm-hmm.
submissions. Might
Mm-hmm.
be there might be a very important clinical presentation. They should not miss, but they might have a family wedding that time. So,
Mm-hmm.
but at that time, they might miss the presentation. They will go for the family wedding. But
Yeah.
when it comes
Yes.
to a junior nurse or a senior nurse, they are responsible. They are accountable for their duty. So they cannot just skip away their professional duty. So that even varies from a student period to nurse. And when it comes to junior nurse or senior nurse or supervisors on NS, each one have different roles
Mm-hmm.
and responsibility. For junior nurse, it is a learning stage. So she has to spend a lot of time in learning to adapt herself to this new job so that she gives a lot of time to adapt and to learn more about the work. So she totally forgets about the personal life at that time. When it comes to a senior nurse,
Mm-hmm.
automatically she is hitched with family matters. She's got married and she has kids, and she also has to do some managerial duties. She has to manage the whole ward. She's answerable for a more lot of people, while a nurse is
Mm-hmm.
answerable, when a junior nurse is answerable for our seniors, doctors, and so the supervisor role or the senior nurse role is answerable for more than that of a junior nurse. And when it comes to a nursing superintendent or a DNS or someone who is of a more higher cadre, they are answerable to the management, they are answerable to the HR. They have lots of roles where administrative roles of sourcing manpower, recruitment processes, everything happens.
Mm-hmm.
So each and everyone's job, responsibility, and role, uh, and the level of position they are in will affect their. It depends. Work-life balance gets affected due to that.
Okay, so you say that it is not only a junior nurse, it is not only a senior or any kind of in charge. So their roles and responsibilities, that is a job description decides, and because of that particular moment, they are losing their balance in the personal life and the professional life. Okay,
Yes,
so
I
what
would like to
impact
give
does nurse? Yeah, yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to give a very good example. For example, if there is a sudden audit in the hospital, they expect the NS to be present. Maybe that NS might be in a very important meeting, or she might be enjoying her vacation. She has to cancel that and come back since it is an audit, emergency audit. But in that case, a
Yeah.
junior nurse is not required in that audit. So it
Yeah.
depends on even the positions, the work life gets affected.
It's affected. So I can see this thing along with the doctors also. When I work in ICU as a nurse, some doctors, some junior doctors will be coming in the general shift, or they will be coming for the morning and they will be leaving it. But somebody from some senior doctors, they will be engaging themselves for the 36 hours and 48 hours continuous duty. And I won't say that only the seniors are doing, the juniors also doing a 36 hours or 48 hours of duty because of the seniors wanted to leave the hospital for half an hour or 1 hour. That will be managed by our junior doctors. So it is different when compared to nursing. Why? Because nurses can't leave as it is. Why? Because they allot a patient to us. It is not only a single patient, it is a six patient. If you are a senior nurse and you wanted to leave now, but I can't handle the another six, it is very difficult. So it is mandatory that you, if you are a senior, if you are a junior, you need to be there rightly in the ward or ICU to manage your patient. So it is our nurse's fate, I think so. Okay. How can a nurse manage time for themselves? So this is something important for all nurses need to know.
How can a nurse manage time for themselves?
Yeah.
Like, they have to plan their rest time first. So,
Mm-hmm.
even if it is half a day of rest or half day, one day of off they are getting, they should plan it. They should schedule it actually. The time they spend for themselves, the time they give their body rest, the time they get mentally de-stressed, and the time they spend for the family. Because
Okay.
thinking of family, they should not, or they should not neglect their own care. So she should manage
Mm-hmm.
her time equally. She should also give her rest period both to her family and to herself. That is one point. She has to schedule all her off day offs, and how
Actually,
she's
are
gonna
we
spend
doing?
them.
Actually, are we doing that managing and we are taking rest in some time and we are giving some commitment to the personal life? I think so. We are not.
Yes, of course. Even I'm in that learning place. I'm learning to balance my work life. I can't tell
Yeah.
that I'm fully balancing my work life and my personal life. No,
Mhm.
never. Not yet.
It
Maybe.
happens
Maybe
for
in the
any
future.
human being. Okay,
Yes, of
specifically
course.
for the nurses, it is. Okay.
Yes.
So, what is a practical habit that will help nurses to maintain this balance?
Practical habit, as I said earlier,
Mm,
maybe during stress or burnout, journaling is one of the habit. Going out for a hobby, like
mm.
engaging themselves in a routine hobby like gym or exercise, or any other, like they can go for a stadium playground, so that they engage
I
themselves
want to add
regularly.
one more point here, Kathy. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
To
sure.
do something kind of habits, to read books or to go to the gym itself, it is making us to become a stress. What we can do?
Okay, you cannot just let that, like, you're stressed or like that. You should
Mm,
develop that habit day by day. All of a sudden, you cannot, like, even if it is an exercise, the gym trainer won't let you go with a very heavy exercise at the starting. So, if you
mm,
want to make it an habit, if you practice something for 21 days, it automatically becomes a habit. I didn't say that. Our former president, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, has told us, like, if you want to make something a habit, practice it continuously for 21 days. So don't take it as a stress.
mm,
Just even if it is for 5 minutes, give yourself the time what you like to do. Like, do not neglect
mm.
your likes or dislikes. That is what I would like to add on. Like, if
They need to
hobby
adapt
where,
themselves.
like, what?
So they need to adapt. They need to adapt themselves for the 21 days.
Yes, they
Practically,
have to
they need to
adapt
do
for sure. They have to adapt themselves. At least they should have a daily habit. 10 minutes of shutdown from their routine, be it they are in their personal commitment or their professional commitment. A 10-minute shutdown from the surrounding environment would give them a very good state of mental health, so that they get to know themselves, they get to know what they need, so that is how they can manage them.
it. Okay. How important these hobbies? You have mentioned hobbies. Okay. How important these hobbies and social connections? Why? Because you mentioned about the gym. When I go to the gym, whether the gym will be like a half an hour to 1 hour, I need to spare my 1 hour there in the gym, and another 6 hours or 8 hours duty in my college or hospital. So when I return back from these kind of hobbies, so these social connections, this is getting right. This stress, it will be reduced. Yes, of course. But when I come to my house, If my mother is asking me, you went to the workplace for the 8 hours and you are now going to the gym and then you're going to cafe or you're going to some library to read the books, what you are thinking around 12 hours you're spending outside and you are not spending anything, nothing else for personal thing. So how to manage that particularly?
That's what I told at the first. It's not at like how much time you give for your family. It's like what quality of time you give for your family. Like it's not the quantity of time, it's the quality of your time. Like when they need that actually. If your mother wants to go shopping, you should be present in that situation, right? So that time if you want
Yeah.
to go for a gym, then obviously you are neglecting your personal life.
Okay, but the gym timing is for me it is 5 to 6. But my mother or my wife wants to go to the shopping or she need to buy some vegetable. For that particular thing, what I need to do?
Maybe one day you can skip gym and work out in your home after your shopping. You
Okay,
need not skip
so
your exercise. You need not skip your routine. Maybe working out in
okay.
gym, you just do that in your home after shopping.
Okay, that's what you mentioned that we need to plan it priorly. So planning is
Yeah,
very important. Like in Tamil cinema, Vadiveli says the statement, the planning, prior planning is important, or else we will stuck with some issues and problem. Absolutely
everything,
right.
everything. Actually, once we plan something and go with that routine, na, we just get accommodated and we feel like we have a lot of time. When we don't
Yeah.
plan and make sudden actions all of a sudden, and something in between comes and we accept those commitments, then
Mm.
might be we feel like we are overburdened with something else.
Okay, it is a kind of prioritizing. I am just prioritizing something for my family and
Yeah.
prioritizing something for my work also to run simultaneously. Okay. What role does physical health play in a mental well-being?
Okay. Physical health. Uh, Physical health when it comes balancing nutritions, okay, because your dopamine, your serotonin, your endorphins play a very vital role in your mental health. So, well balanced nutrition, which contain all these neurotransmitters, or a well balanced, healthy lifestyle, which will eventually produce those dopamines automatically in your body, might help you with your mental health, because dopamine and serotonins are some of the major neurotransmitter which balances your mood. Your dopamine elevates your mood and serotonin calms your mood. So, depending upon the type of mental stress you are in, like if you want to get your mood elevated, dopamine should be secreted in your body. That is one thing which is connected to your physical health, right? Like your
Okay.
endorphins, like that is what you need. Your physical activity, laughter therapy helps you secrete endorphins. So this is what the major role where your physical health plays in maintaining your mental health. And even if you're, if you have a pain, if you have temperature, high temperature, you have fever, or if you're vomiting, automatically you don't feel to eat, you feel lazy and tired, you have fatigue. That fatigue will not only reflect in your physical, it is not only physical fatigue, you will automatically feel like you're mentally exhausted, you lost something out of your soul, something has gone out of your body. You will feel that energy will not be there, though energy is given by foods like we eat and we get energy. Once we don't have that energy, we feel like we are mentally drained, not physically drained. So physical health is actually the mental health has a lot of connections with physical health.
So it is a connectivity. So it is like how we
Yes,
want to balance our work and life, personal life. Our body also need to connect with the physical and mental well-being. So then only we can run perfectly. Yes.
yes.
So how, as a nurse, or it is not only for the nurses, I think. So it is a general topic. I want to give
Pardon, I
you
don't
some
get you.
suggestions. I want to say that if a nurse or somebody else, like any worker or any employee in a company or a office, okay, they are coming to the home and they want to relax it. But what happens is They are taking their work pressure also to the home, and they are just giving back to their family. If I'm coming from my office, I'm just with my hectic of the stress, I'm just directing towards my wife. Suddenly she will be upset. Okay, what has happened? Then the Sunday will not be going fine because I'm just giving my stress, and I'm just sharing my stress along with my wife. So, as a employee, as a nurse, as a student nurse, how I can balance this kind of thing so I'm not going to carry my stress along with me to the home? How I can do?
First, this one is actually called displacement. So, if a child is angry with his or her mother, it automatically starts beating up its toy. So that is
Okay.
called displacement of displacing one emotions. Where if you're angry with your
Sometimes what
boss, you
happen?
can't shout at
Kathy,
your boss.
sometime what happen? It will not be the baby will not beat only the toy. It will pick the baby will pick the toy, and they will be beating us also sometimes if baby is very stressed.
Okay. So if you're angry with your boss, you come shout at your wife. That is called as displacement. So to
Mhm.
avoid that, if you are you have to every time you leave your office or you leave your hospital, you should think for 2 minutes what to leave behind here, what I should
Okay.
not carry home. So, thinking
Mm.
or reflecting on one thought, what I should leave behind today. Maybe after 6 hours duty, witnessing a death in casualty, the nurse would have been emotionally drained. But there would be a child who is waiting for her with lots of joy. But going and showing that emotional sadness to the child, that child won't understand anything. So, before starting from your workplace, just think 2 minutes what I should leave behind here today. So leave that
Mhm.
particular problem or emotion or your stress there. Even once you come back to work, you start pick up with it again. I don't, that is not a fault. Or if even if you want, you totally forget about that. But
Mm.
every day or every shift you move out of your workplace, be it not only for nurses, or it can be for any lecturers, it can be for an IT professional or lawyer who is fighting for any criminal cases or civil cases, everyone, I say, just think for 2 minutes before leaving your workplace what I should leave behind today, what I should not carry home. So leave that behind
Mhm.
and go home with a fresh mind.
Okay. And I want to reverse this question also. Why? Because it is out of our the debate. So I want to ask that. Okay, you said I want to leave everything in my workplace, and I should not carry those things to my wife or my child or my mother or father. I should not take it to my home. But there is one more thing where my wife is sitting in a home along with the daughter or my son for the entire day with the four area where it is covered, and she is ideally sitting inside. So it is not only I'm just going out and I'm just carrying the stress. She will also have a stress inside the home. How it can be handled as a nurse when I come to my home or house, how I can take care of my wife, or else as a wife, how I can give a best to my uh, husband or a wife who went to the office, and if they are coming to the home, how I can treat them and how I can do it. What do you think?
Okay. When it comes to your family life, like maybe when you're going home, you can greet your wife with a very good words, like you can greet
Okay.
her with smile. You should not, you should she has stayed the whole day in those four walls, inside those four walls. Maybe before going from your workplace, every day I used to ask this, like for the past 1 month my mother was in summer vacation, she was inside the home. So every day once I start from my workplace, I used to call her and ask, you want anything from me, you want anything that I should buy and come to home, or if you have plans to go out. So I mentally prepare myself to face them once I get there. Like I know their condition. If they are, if my mother says well, there is no vegetables, so maybe I procure vegetables and I go home, or I used to tell her, okay, get ready, once I get home we can go back, we can go shopping. So that is one
Okay.
one thing. Since you like, as you leave behind everything inside the workplace, before starting from your workplace, if someone is there the whole day sitting inside the home, just give a phone call to them. So how was your day? I'm starting off from my work, you need anything which I should buy and come, or if you have do you have any plan in your mind for this evening? So you just ask a few questions so that they have a good thought, like, even if he's out, he has something about me in his mind, he thinks of me, he cares for my needs. So that thought even will give a good spirit towards them. So once you get home, actually, you can balance it everything. Maybe you have fulfilled her need, you would have bought what they have needed. Maybe they might have forgot, they might think that maybe you are in work, I should not disturb, I should not call and ask for that now. So before you start from your work, you just make a call to them and ask how they are. Is there any need that you should fulfill while coming back, or do they have any plans? So you also get mentally prepared, because you go all of a sudden inside the home and your wife is ready for shopping. You might feel tired, right? You will say like, I need to take rest. So you get
I'm
mentally
very tired
prepared.
because of
Even you
my
can
work.
tell, okay, I'll come refresh myself, after half an hour we can move. So just she
Yes,
too will
yes.
understand that. So that is how you
Yeah.
can balance it.
Okay, it is not only physically I'm just going to present in my home and give happiness to my family. It is also that I just give a call and I ask whether you had a lunch, whether you had a
Yes,
breakfast.
yes,
So
yes.
that also will make a
The
person
thought of
to.
that even will give them happy. Like, once
Yeah.
they feel like you are thinking about them, you're caring for them, that will even will give them a good joy.
Okay. You have mentioned like greeting or some kind of a gratitude. Now I remember some line from Jay Shetty. What he said is whenever we just greet somebody else, it is going to benefit two sides. If I am going to greet Kathy, hi, good morning, how are you? Thank you for being in my podcast. That day of yours will be like, okay, somebody has texted and they greeted me and they said thank you to me. So my energy level will be increased. And you also just remembering me, okay, we see it was a great session along with me. Thank you for this. So my day also will be engaged. The same thing we need to follow in our workplace and in the personal life. I can just give
Yes,
a
of course.
text to my employee along with my colleague and hi, what happened today? Are you okay today? Asking are you all right? It's a very big thing. Nobody asks
Yes.
in the world, right? And I'm just from my office, I'm just calling and I'm asking whether you're okay or not. Today it's my night shift and you have prepared some dinner. Can I come morning and I can see how you prepared it, so you can keep it in the fridge? So it can be a kind words and the gratitude and greetings to the one another to another, so that where this balance can be perfectly fixed, right?
Yes, I do that with my mother, because sometimes I used to call her and tell the food was good. Or if my colleagues someone eat and they tell this was nice, I used to call her and ask recipes and tell them back.
Yeah.
She is proud
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. The same thing happens to me when my colleagues eat the kind of the rasam sadam also. I will tell to my wife and she will be very happy. And she will prepare the same rasam rice for the another day and she will ask how it is today. So it is a kind of attachment where we need to create with our personal life and the workplace also. It's absolutely right, and we are on the right track. And now we came to the end, the rapid fire round. I need a single word or a single sentence from Kathy so that it will be very
Actually,
useful
that is
for our.
quite tough for me. I can't stop speaking.
Yeah, I know Kathy because you are my friend. I know how talkative you are, but so when it comes to the live, you need to speak. When you speak only, we can change. Because I am not a specialist from the mental health, and somebody watching this podcast will not be from the mental health. You know what are the things that is happening in my mind and what I'm doing right now. Okay, So that's what I'm just saying. It is not quite that you want to be quiet at the entire podcast. You are open and free to speak here. Don't worry, we are not restricting anything else. Okay, so the first question I just prepared one. The one it is like one self care habit every nurse should follow, including me. What I need to follow.
Self-care habit. This was actually like I think so. I have already answered it again and again. Maybe
Mm,
rest and sleep. You should not sacrifice them. Your physical health. Like
okay.
when it comes to patient care, think carrying your sleep is also part of patient care.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it
So
is like
sleep,
a rest
rest,
and sleep.
and
Okay.
food.
Food. Okay, fine. So the one thing nurses should stop feeling guilty about.
Stop feeling guilty about is like don't feel guilty that you're neglecting your personal life. Start
Yeah.
spending more quality time than quantity time.
Yeah, okay. That's good. The one book or the podcast or habit that helped you to balance your lifestyle along with the professional life.
Habit, maybe I don't tell any book because the sort of books I read is mostly novels, fictions,
Okay.
romance, and those things. So I can't tell a book or a podcast. Maybe one habit which helps me with my stress or work life balance is I sleep. If I need sleep, I sleep. I don't care whether the work is completed or not. This is from my point.
Mhm.
Even if the work is incomplete, I used to sleep if I want to sleep because I don't sacrifice my sleep. But there are times where I become too workaholic. I sleep only for 3 hours. But once the work is complete, at a stretch sleep even for 16 hours or 10 hours, 12 hours like that. So I can never sacrifice my food and sleep for anything.
Okay, it's like it's not only the food holic, it is like a sleepaholic. So we need to create a terminology like that. Okay, the last, the rapid fire, the one message for nurses trying to balance everything. Your
One
single
message
message.
for nurses who are trying to balance everything is develop an hobby or habit of journaling where every day you ask three questions.
Mm-hmm.
What I learned today, whom should I thank today,
Mm-hmm.
what I should leave behind, what I should not
Okay.
keep in mind, like or what I should close it today. Those things.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
have a habit of journaling this, slowly you might start to getting. You might have a self awareness of where you lack your quality of care or where you lack your quality of time with your family. Those things automatically that can be sorted out.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kathy, that we have spent around 50 minutes to discuss about our balancing the work and the personal life. It's a wealthier talk that many people need to know about these kind of habits and what we can change and what we need to leave in our office, what we should not be taking into our mind when somebody who are very personal to us. It also affects it. Why? Because if I keep something else, like my wife said, okay, the next week I need to take revenge, so it will not work properly, right? So I need to keep my mind very fresh and the clean. When I respect somebody else, automatically I can know what I need to do for somebody else. So as we conclude here, this today's topic, it is one thing I'm just clear it. That's work-life balance in nursing is not about achieving the perfection. It is about making conscious choices that help us care for ourselves and while continuing care for others. It is not the nurses that we care only for us. It is also we are giving care to the others. So here, the personal life and work life, it is very difficult to manage. But as a nurse, we need to do. Then only we will not get a white hairs. Why? Because the stress is becoming high, and if I see anybody else, it is
I
like
have
it's
a
coming to
lot,
end.
and I'm concerned about it because I am unmarried.
Okay. 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 There are many treatments, as we know, but we can't go and rectify this white house. Okay. Thank you, Kathy, for sharing this knowledge regarding the balancing our work and personal life. It's a wonderful session. I also learned many things, and I will go to my wife and I will say something. Okay, how are you today? Your food was fine, and I will do some gratitude and greeting to her, so that only I can manage my work and personal life perfectly. Yes.
Maybe this session I laughed a lot. People would have got irritated if I laughed. I laughed out loudly.
No, it's not like that. It was engaging. When we are discussing something, it will come naturally, and this natural thing only we need. We don't want to speak what we write and what we think and what we learn from the Google. We need that. We need to discuss something. It should be very natural. The questions may be
Since
something we have discussed earlier, but might
your
be
questions were
when
too
we speak.
spontaneous and very related to me, I couldn't stop laughing
It's
after
not
giving my
only
own replies.
to you, Kathy. It is for all, including me. I'm just when I scroll this question, I will think, okay, yeah, it is happening to me. What I will do. The habits when you are speaking about habits, okay, I can also follow this one kind of habit, so I can change everything else. Okay, it's not the change. I'm just going to do it in one day. It is a continuous progression and consistency where I need to follow for my entire life. As you stated rightly, Dr. APJ, our former president, who said about you need to follow one habit for the 21 days and it will be your life, entire life habits that will be stick onto your body. So yes, it's not only the muscle memory, it is also the mental memory we are adapting towards something. Thank you, Kathy, for the wonderful session. And I hope the next week we will be sharply connecting at Saturday 7 p.m. I'm just hoping that we should connect at 7 p.m. And thank you so much. And for the audience, thank you for listening it. And this podcast will be recorded and it will be uploaded tonight, and you can see whenever you want. And I know this is a long session. The podcast will be mostly 40 to 50 minutes. So we are trying to concise something else, and it will be mostly 30 to 50 between this. We are planning. So in future, it might be reduced, and we will give you a concise matter so that you don't want to engage for the 1 hour, and it will also make stress and the burnout in future. Okay. Until then, thank you so much, Kathy, and we are leaving now and signing off from VC and Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Have a great day and great night and great weekend.